Think you lost your way? Turn back and be on your way. This is the village of the Sven tribe. Whatever you're looking for, you won't find it here. Listen, I don't know. I just have orders not to let anyone in. So unless you have real business here, go explore other parts of the swords. I see we understand each other. Safe travels.
That's me. It's true. It's been a while since we last communicated. She must be wondering what's been going on with me. Well, she'll have to forgive me. My current work is far more important than my obligations to the Guild. That might sound arrogant, but it's the truth. Kind that could be a breakthrough for humanity's survival on Avalon. Do you really think Camelot can protect Avalon's people from the looming weirdness? Let me tell you this, Camelot cannot protect anyone. Its weakness, corruption, and subservience have doomed it. But the Dariata, they are not inflicted by those flaws. I want to extract the essence of the tribe's nature, the very thing that makes them superior to all other inhabitants of Avalon. I'm certain it holds the key to survival. I'm glad you understand the potential behind my work. I hope you'll help me push the boundaries of human capability. To create my formula, I need a substance that acts as... well, I won't get into the details. I need the slime of a giant snail. You can find them here in the Forlorn Swords. Of course, you won't get the slime without a fight, but I have a feeling that won't be a problem for you. Excellent. The sooner you complete this task, the sooner I can get back to work. Remember, what we're doing here will be remembered in Avalon's history.
My son, I want to return. Pray to the Lord of the Hunt. Vragi, pray for me. Let me come back. Little one, I will come to you. Just pay tribute to the Stag Father. Stop. I don't want to hurt you. I have no control over them. They came here from the Stag Father's domain, the Unrealm of the Hunt, just like I did. But I don't mean any harm. I am Sigrun. I know what I look like. My old body rotted away in the earth. And now, this is all I have. I didn't have much choice. Of course, he's afraid. He remembers what happened to me at that shrine. I gave my soul to the Stag Father. I thought I was ready, but I was too weak. The Lord of the Hunt began to take control of me. It was supposed to be symbolic. Glilna went through the same ritual, and she didn't suffer as I did. I could feel my thoughts slipping. The Stag Father was taking my mind and spirit, piece by piece. I tried to fight back, but even when I managed to push him away for a moment, it drained all my strength. I clung to the thoughts of my husband and my son. But it wasn't enough. I was becoming less and less human, more and more like one of the Stag Father's beasts. I couldn't let the transformation go any further, for the sake of the tribe, for Chieftain Baalam and my Vragi. Yes. For the Del Rida, it's the worst kind of death. Dishonorable. But I didn't care about honor. Please, give this necklace to Vragi. He made it for me, and I was buried with it. Tell him I desperately want to see him one last time. Tell him that... No!
You again? I see you've decided to head into the Forlorn Swords yourself. Charming place, isn't it? Just look at that! I am so close! The Frostgrot shells! They're near! I've heard that some snails leave their nests just to shed their old shells out in the open, so they don't have to leave the past where they live. Very wise, don't you think? The first frost grot I ever saw was in Camelot. It had been brought there by soldiers from the Forlorn Swords, on orders from the magicians and alchemists of the capital. The whole meaning of its life was reduced to being a specimen. They laughed at it. So slow, so useless, they said. They said the same things my father said about me many times. You're too slow, you're too weak, in his eyes. I heard that the path I chose marked me as useless. In the life they imagined for me, the only role I was ever meant to fulfill was that of a courtly woman. As strange as it may sound, yes. Every knight in the end must choose their heraldry. I wanted mine to be the Frostgrots, but first I had to get to know them, see them in their natural home, free and beautiful. And now, I'm so close. Oh no, I think I'll manage. Besides, if you don't mind, I'll be setting off again soon. The Frostgrots won't find themselves after all. Thank you once again, kind wanderer. Maybe we'll meet again, and I'll be able to tell you more about the Frostgrots.
I thought I heard it here once. Soft, like a crack in the air before storm. But it slipped away. Again. Did you hear it? Something we lost before we knew how to miss it. It shaped the way the rivers bend, the way trees lean into the wind. It's still out there, just harder to hear. I'm trying to hear the perfect thought. What remains of it, at least. It was the first true thing. We were made from it. We remember only the weight of its absence. It wasn't a word, and it wasn't a sound. It was what came before all. Before we knew how to shape clay and burn fields, before we named anything at all. Before all that, there was a thought. Not a rule, not a command. Just the rightness of a thing standing where it should stand. Growing where it should grow. I don't think it meant to leave us behind. I think we forgot how to hold it. Because it's the only thing that ever made sense. Everything else is broken. It's real, because nothing else ever fit right after it was gone. Maybe nothing. Maybe the stones would sit straighter in the ground. Thank you for listening. My clansmen lost patience for me. A while ago. Here. Take this. It might prove useful during your travels. Farewell.
It's crawling with monsters out there, innit? I'm hiding here to get my strength back before moving on. They call me Runner because I'm a fast runner. If I were still with my tribe, I'd have introduced myself as Shaba. But Scarin the Skin Taker gave me that name, and I just got used to it. Not really. My greatest sin was being a Gunvalder who survived. None of the other tribes would take me in. They think my survival goes against everything the Del Rita stand for. Can you believe that? As if surviving is beneath the Del Rita. Who needs us dead? Only the worms in the ground. So I joined Scarin the Skin Taker's band. We were like a family, until Scarin decided there was no place for me in his ranks. He's the top dog around here. After I joined him, he called me Runner. Said it was for how fast I run away from a fight. He's one mean son of a bitch. At first, it seemed like we all shared the same idea. Uniting the Del Rita. Even the Nameless ones. But over time, he started losing it. He sees conspiracies everywhere. Trusts no one. Stuff like that. I think the power got to his head. I've heard it happen sometimes. Out of here. Anywhere. The farther the better. I've got just one last piece of unfinished business keeping me in these lands. But I need a lot more strength before I finish my mission. And all these monsters sure aren't making things any easier. I want to get rid of Scarin the Skin Taker. He shouldn't rule over anyone, and he certainly shouldn't try to unite all the scattered Nameless under his banner. But if he succeeds, the way he is now, he'd have us attacking our own brothers. I've had enough bloodshed. One Eye's off to his war, and word is that Gurfhan wants to call the moot and go to war with Camelot. Or with One Eye for going after Camelot. Either way, it ends with us spilling more of our own blood. But it's the truth. And I was thinking, if you're willing, we could make a deal. You see, if Scarin were to be killed by someone outside the Del Rita, not only would he die, so would his legend. My Nameless brothers will see the truth. Someone wiser will take his place, and we'll live in peace. Exiled, maybe, but still honorable. Great! That's what I like to hear. Bring me his head, and I'll share what I took when I left the village. You won't be disappointed. Don't you worry about that.
It's all lost. It's all lost. I am so sorry. I don't know what I thought. At first, the Frostgrots were curious. They started crawling toward me. And then there were flashes. Sparks. They wanted to kill me. I didn't want to. I had to defend myself. It's all gone. Everything is gone. If there is no world where beautiful things don't end in violence, then what's the point? But so be it. If this is what everything comes down to, then I'll die fighting. Draw your blade!
I sensed your approach, my king. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe, salute you as my forefathers decreed. Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. At least I won't have to bother with that formal drivel Camelot loves so much. Tell me, how does it work with the two of you? Does the king speak through you sometimes? Or is he just a passenger in your head? Will he ever come out and talk to me face to face? Or does he just sit there quietly, never getting involved? Either way, I've got a few things to say to him. Not exactly polite ones. Ah, so he won't be speaking. Still too weak, is he? Not surprising. Well, then give my regards to the old man. Tell him the Gunvaldir tribe stayed loyal to the old treaties right to the end. The same can't be said of the Camelocians. A pack of cowardly dogs without honor. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head, seeing what his beloved capital has been up to. Normal ones, honorable. He entrusted us with the forlorn swords and his crown, the one he used to command giants. We were sworn to guard them. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. But the Camelocians didn't hold up their end of the deal. May their souls rot in the weirdness. Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish. I'm rallying the tribes, and we're marching on Camelot. Nothing can stop us anymore. Except ourselves, damn it. Why? He's barely gotten his life back, and not even all of it. Does he have a death wish or something? There's a passage, sure. And if you're Arthur, it will open for you. Go ahead, if you think you're strong enough. Nobody's gonna stop you. But let me warn you, it's not gonna be an easy journey, or a short one. Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, what if they wake up when they see Arthur? I doubt they'll be happy. And if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters, and other surprises. The legends about this place make it all pretty clear. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there. At least, not until you're sure you have the strength to handle what's hiding inside. Or without the blessing of the tribes, as agreed 600 years ago. You'd know that if you remembered our agreements, Arthur. Yes, the funny thing about our king, as you may already know, was that he was pretty sure of himself and his abilities. He knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted, so he didn't sweat when he made a deal with our ancestors. He said he'd come back for his royal hat, only if the kingdom was in a dire situation, and if all tribes agreed to let him. Traditionally, this was meant to be done during a moot, an assembly of the tribes, and I'm calling one, so we can help each other out, if you're up for it. Well, I need the chieftains to come here, because we have to agree on a united front if we're going to fight Camelot. And I want to make damn sure that we fight Camelot not as a solitary tribe, like hot-headed One-Eye once, but as a united force. But I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. I'd like you to look into it. They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along, and gathering them all in one place at the same time. That's almost a miracle. But now they've left Gunvaldir in its time of need, and they're ashamed. And that's even worse. That's why you have to shame them even more, so that they have no choice but to come here or risk their honor. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with the because, right? After all, you're the king, aren't you? Exactly. There's only one sane course of action, but you do you. I'll be waiting. I'm not going anywhere. As a Gunvelder, I've got nowhere to go anyway. An eye for an eye. There's no other way. Does that surprise you? I was the one who honored the old treaties Camelot violated. I was the one who tried to convince One Eye not to throw people into guerrilla warfare, but to organize a proper military campaign instead. But for that, I'd need united tribes. And getting us all to work together on our own turf? That's proven to be exceptionally difficult. If you ask me, I got scared. The giant in our village started glowing. Maybe waking up, maybe coming alive. Whatever it is giants do. We were glad, though the other tribes, not so much. They envied us, no doubt about that. And that's probably why they didn't lift a finger to help when Camelot invaded our lands. Us, the Dalrida, we have changed. We're a shadow of our ancestors. But we were not the first to raise our weapons. Well, you see, the giants for us are a bit like gods. We call them our protectors. It's a tradition dating back to the battles of the Age of Legends. The Dalrita befriended the giants long before Arthur ever did. There was peace between us, even when we stood on opposite sides of the war. We honor them because we believe that when they awaken, they will repay our care with their protection. It's good to have allies like them. What can I tell you? We're gone. Only a few of us are left, scattered across all of Avalon. I'm still here, and so is One Eye. He's convinced he can take Camelot with a handful of hot-headed youngsters. Foolish dreams, suicide, call it what you like. We were brave, proud, and deeply connected to nature. Each of us bonded our soul to an animal, sharing strength between us. I won't tell you more than that. I don't want to. I can't. All of this is still too fresh for me, too raw. King Arthur. His presence clings to you like a shadow, unmistakable to those who still remember him. Your words, your actions, they carry the weight of him. The way you stand, even your damn stubbornness. Arthur always left his mark on those he touched. The Gunvelder haven't forgotten. Betrayed by Camelot or not, our blood still remembers the old king. But don't mistake my recognition for trust. If Arthur truly walks with you, prove it. Show me his legacy still lives and breathes. As of now, 4. The Volker, the Svein, the Ulfra, and the Toyd. Each one with its role, each one with its problems. The Volker were our berserkers, Mather's chosen warriors, unstoppable in battle. But Mather abandoned them, or so they believe. Now their rage is dulled, and they're slipping into despair. If we don't reignite their spirit, we risk losing them entirely. The Svein are hunters and guardians of something ancient, what they call a god. Forest devilry, if you ask me. Dangerous enough for us to keep our distance. The Ofra are warriors, the best of us, or they were. They've gone silent. No word from their chieftain, no sign of life near the haunted keep. I fear what might have befallen him. Mages, clever but strange. Their power is real, but their methods, unsettling. They see the world differently. Useful in a fight, but don't expect to understand them. Still, strength is strength, even if it's wrapped in riddles and sparkles. Each tribe carries a part of our legacy. If we are to stand together again, we'll need them all, even the ones who've lost their way. So, looks like fate itself decided to push you my way. That has to mean something. But Kedron, that's grim news. He may be blunt as a broken axe, but he's loyal as they come. If he sent a non-Rida in his place, then he knew he was dying, and he chose duty over pride. I won't let that go to waste, and neither will you. Truth is, I'd sent him to do the very same task I've just laid before you. Gather the tribes, call the moot. Now you know how important this is. Yes? scratch. Show me what you are made of.
Scarron won't kill himself. I'll be waiting here. Excellent. I knew you could do it. Now, all I need to do is defeat you and bring your head to the camp. Whoever avenges Scarron takes his place. That's the way of the nameless Darita. Risk? Ha! I'm not risking anything. I bet the fight with Scarron weakened you, and I'll finish you off with pleasure.
You again? I told you to be on your way. You should have led with that. Go on then, and keep it brief.
Outsider, you chose a bad time to wander through our lands. Tell me, do you hunt? So, you hunt, even when you don't need to? Does mindless slaughter please you? Huh, I'll never understand people like you. What has the prey ever done to deserve that? Trying to understand. Someone's been hunting in our woods. Though, hunting isn't the right word. It's slaughter. They leave carcasses to rot, pierce the hides so they can't be used. I can't fathom it. No idea. Though some of the Stag Father's chosen fled the woods, might have even survived. They of all people should know the rules of the hunt. Wouldn't surprise me if they chose to ignore them. Wouldn't say no to that. Normally I'd go myself, but we still need to bury the dead, tend to the wounded. No time for hunting, not even for justice. Fine, bring me the head of that butcher, whoever it is, and I'll make sure you're rewarded. I'm Vesna, huntress, wife of Vragi. I spend most of my time alone in the woods. I'm used to keeping quiet. Vragi talks enough for both of us. I try. The others need that. Vragi and I got lucky. We still have each other. I'm trying to take care of those who don't. Don't get lost out there. I'm listening. Be careful.
Huh. I don't know you. You looking to buy hides, meat, or something else? Oh, Sagar, a cook. The hunters bring me game, and I'll break it down into meat, hides, and bones. Cook the meat, tan the hides, use the bones to make tools and parts for weapons. All of it's for sale. If you want to survive out here, you use everything you got.
This isn't the best time to visit the village, but come in. If you need a healing potion or herbs, I can probably help. We're dealing with a curse. The Stagfather's curse? That damned crone brought it upon us. I'm sure of it. Our god has turned against us. He used to bless us with game, fruits, and herbs, but not long ago, something possessed him. The hunters stopped returning from the woods. Monsters started emerging from the forest, and it just kept getting worse. The witch condemned my husband to a fate worse than death. She said it was necessary, that it would fix everything. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be telling all this to a stranger, but I had to get it off my chest. Only if the gods themselves sent you, but I doubt that's the case. You could try speaking to Barlam, but I'm not sure he's in the mood to deal with an outsider right now. Glerna, the priestess of the Stagfather. I've lived 40 years, and for as long as I can remember, she's been as dry and wrinkled as an old parchment. She thinks she runs the village, not Barlam, and he lets her with all her spells and seals. We honor Mother too, but not as fervently as Theud, Ulfa, and certainly not like the Volker. Mother is the Mother Goddess, but we're closer to the Lord of the Hunt. Her ways of trying to keep the Stagfather at bay. Shame she doesn't use them on herself, only on my husband. I've said too much already. Forget it.
visitor from outside the tribe, eh? Welcome. I'm Hjarn. If you're after weapons, armor, tools, or simple healing potions, you've come to the right place. Times are hard, so people are cautious, but I've seen plenty in my time, and the Sven tribe has weathered worse and always come out stronger. And I must admit, I'm also somewhat curious about your presence, as it's been a long time since I last traded with someone from outside the Dalrita. Years have passed since one of your kind set foot in the village. Not anymore. It's been years since I last went hunting. Not that I don't want to. When you've spent as much time in the wilderness as I have, it becomes a part of you. But I just can't do it anymore. Has anyone ever told you about the hunger? It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local woods. During long hunts, they soak up a bit of the weirdness. Not much, just a trace. Not even enough to make you dizzy. But over the years, they start to change, becoming more and more like the wild beasts they hunt. They turn violent, start attacking their own. In the end, they're a threat to the whole tribe. That's when they're cast out into the woods, and the rest of the hunters begin a ritual hunt to free them from the hunger and give them a good death. Aye, and it's not unfounded. The hunger awoke in my own brother. I did. He was 2 years older than me. Svalrik was his name, and he was a damn good hunter. Better than me, better than anyone I've ever seen. He could pick up a trail even if it was buried under a meter of snow. I still don't know how he managed that. No one but us knew what was happening. One day he came back from a hunt. I looked him in the eyes, and I just knew. He never came back from the next one. He didn't want to force the tribe to hunt him. Didn't want to force me to hunt him. He spared me from having to hunt my own brother, but he left me with a secret and a lie. I never told anyone that Svalrik felt the hunger. We searched for him, acting like he was just out there somewhere with a broken leg. Sometimes I wonder if he turned into a wild beast and still roams the wilderness. And I can't stop thinking about how he never got the chance for an honorable death. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this time. Besides, the ritual hunt needs the mask of the Huntmaster. It's kept in the barrow of the Horned Shadow, where we lay our fallen hunters to rest. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility, and experience of the hunters who came before. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svalrik can still get a good death, but at least he could have a last hunt, even if it's just symbolic. You'd still need the mask, and the barrow is a dangerous place. It's been abandoned for years, so I'm sure it's crawling with all kinds of beasts. Are you sure you want to risk your life? You've got the courage of a hunter. I can see that clear enough. Go on then, but be careful. Don't risk your life for nothing.
A face I don't know, that's rare. Counting the years, naming the dead. Stones remember what we forget. Births, deaths, oaths taken, oaths broken. The things that matter more than whoever's shouting the loudest at the moment. Parchment rots, ink fades. Stone stays where you leave it. Even if the village burns, a stone half-buried will still speak if someone listens. Nothing is ever truly gone. You can chisel out a name, but the scar stays. Sometimes scars speak louder than the clean stone. Maybe, but carving is no small thing. Be careful of what you ask to leave behind. The dead have no need for stone, but the living do. Who do you want remembered? Then we carved the roots, torn too soon.
You picked a damned bad time to show your face here. Outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now, after what happened, don't you think we have enough trouble without you? Sure, that's what all outsiders say, until trouble finds them. Anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on you. At least, what's left of us. What do you want? We haven't even buried the bodies yet, and you're already sniffing around. Here's some advice. It's not your business, so stay out of it. No. Sometimes we shoot them on sight, especially if they look like Camelosian spies, showing up right when we're at our weakest. Find the tall rock and... Actually, never mind. No, I don't think you can. No need to linger.
What brings... That's right. All crafted by my own hands. Don't look so surprised. Back in my day, it was nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone in the tribe had to know how to stitch leather, forge knives, and identify herbs. Survival basics. What brings you... In the old days, everyone was mostly on their own. You could only rely on your own wits and the strength of your hands. I think what matters more now is the tribe as a whole. You can rely on others more, rather than having to depend entirely on yourself. That has its pros and cons. A community gives you strength and a sense of security, but when you're spending a cold, lonely night in the wilderness, it doesn't help much. In those moments, you've got nothing but your wits and the strength of your own hands to rely on. That's true. A strong individual can survive in the wild, but without a tribe, they won't build anything lasting. A tribe without strong people will fall apart quickly. It's good that you understand that. You have the wisdom of someone older. What brings you to... Oh yes, a lot of good warriors died. Svaldir, Vrasken, Irdan. I was lucky to make it out alive. It's the kind of luck that makes you want to thank a god, if it weren't the same god you were fighting.
You came late. Some of us stayed. Most of us didn't. If you're looking for survivors, you won't find many. Our god rose and tore the ground open. Half the village went with him. Half stayed behind. Away forever. Into the lands of the eternal hunt. My sons are gone now. Both of them. I buried what I could, and the rest I left to the sky. Now I pray so that I remember how to live without them. I buried the bodies. I will mend the roof. I will plant what seed we have left. There's nothing else to do. The road takes as much as it gives.
And who might you be? Are you the messenger of the Stagfather, the one Glirna foretold? If she's right for once, well, that'd be a first. You're a little late, by the way. Can't you see? I won't speak of it further. Not with outsiders. See this? One of those bodies belongs to my son, Jens. He fought bravely, to the very end. May the ancestors grant him a place at their table. May the unrealm of the hunt show him mercy. It's a damn shame his god failed him. You just had to be stubborn, didn't you, kid? Hey, no point wasting breath. What's done is done. Most of the swine tribe is gone. Ah, perhaps that's for the best. The last thing we need is another self-proclaimed prophet causing trouble. As you can see, I've got enough on my plate. I'm Barlam, the chieftain. Welcome to the Svinelands, where the tribe that's just ceased to exist. Let me guess. He wants to call the moot. He's been trying for years, and every time I've had to refuse. Not because I want to. I know the moot is sacred law. But above that law is my duty to protect the tribe. And as you can see, I've failed. The Svine tribe is gone. Not having a tribe is what's holding me back. Can you turn back time? Bring my people back to life? No? That's what I thought. I don't know you, and if Gerfan thinks I'll trust someone from outside the tribes on his word alone, he's showing weakness, especially now. But I do have a solution. Find Kjell. If she vouches for you, I'll honor the voice of the tribe's request, and I'll let you help us, if that's even possible. She should be nearby. She'll have a task for you, something to prove you can be trusted. Once that's done, meet me here. Maybe then I'll share something more.
You smell of change, outsider. Good. Change is what our tribe desperately needs. Some roots reach too deep, grow too vast, and end up ruining everything. No, I have a feeling I'm about to lose everything. My tribe, my past, myself. The Stagfather tainted everything. Even the one thing I hoped would always remind me of where I came from. I am. My father was Svein, and I was given a Svein name. But my mother was Thewd. She brought me here when I was still an infant, told Glairna it was because I deserved to live my life wide awake, whatever that means, and then she left. Never came back. Yes, it was a tree. When I was 6, Glairna took me to a clearing and gave me a seed. She said my mother brought it from the Thewd lands, so I'd have something to remember where I came from. She helped me plant it, holding my tiny hands. Said it would grow with me. It got twisted. It's all wrong now. I wanted to fix it, but I can't even get close. It keeps bearing monsters, and I'm no warrior, only Glairna's apprentice. I'm afraid those things will come here one day, and this village can't take any more losses. Really? You would? Here, I created a sigil, but it has to be written in blood on the bark. It should stop the corruption, and maybe I can still heal it. Thank you. This means the world to me. Yes? In a way, she was never a mother to me, but she was there. She made me her apprentice. I could barely fit the pestle in my palm, and I was already crushing herbs, throwing them into potions. Glairna used to say my mother's blood was strong in me, that it made me the perfect successor, though I doubt that will ever happen. I think she'll outlive Avalon itself. It's hard to truly believe in something once you know it exists, isn't it? Do I think he's worth worshipping? I'm a Svein, first and foremost. I understand better than most what the forest gives us, but I also know what it can take. It's hard to blame a god for following the call of his nature. Not really. Glairna told me she saw her coming in the fire. She saw my name in the ashes that were scattered by the wind all over the village. That's how she knew she couldn't turn my mother away, and that my place was among the Svein. Only what everyone says, that they're good with magic, that they dream, and the dreams give them visions. I don't like dreaming. I don't know why. I have this feeling that one day I'll fall into a dream and never wake up. I prefer the bones. They don't lie, and they rarely demand more than I can give. Go on.
What do you want? Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you, and I'm not vouching for you. The sooner you leave the village, the better. For you, and for... Wait, hold on. There is one thing you could help me with. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby, and hasn't returned. With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. If you want to prove yourself, find out what happened to him. And don't come back empty-handed. What? You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive? That's impossible! It would have torn you apart in an instant. There is no missing hunter. I sent you to the bottomless cave because I was hoping to get rid of you. But now that you managed to make it out alive, I have to admit I'm impressed. I'm the best huntress here, and even I have respect for that place. I don't dare set foot in those parts. Go talk to Barlam, our chieftain. He'll probably find some use for you. I can't tell you more than that. Barlam will decide what you need to know. What, you want a tour now? Want me to introduce you to every corpse? Even the dead wouldn't bother talking to outsiders, let alone the living, who've got their own problems. Much livelier. There was more noise, less dead silence, and it smelled of hearth smoke and roasting meat, not blood. He's been in charge for as long as I can remember, and ruled wisely, fairly even. But turns out he was too lenient with some of us. And you see where that kind of weakness leads. No need to let...
Jens, I'm sorry. I failed you as a father. My gents deserve... I've nothing more to say. Jens.
What do you want? You'd better.
My gents deserve... Jens.
You're not hurt, are you? Good. Yes? Oh, thank you so much. I don't know if our tribe will stay here, but even if we don't, there will still be my mark on this place. Proof that I existed, that I wasn't just a dream. This is for you. I know it's not enough. Not for what you've done for me. I can only promise I will not forget your kindness. I hope the forest is kind to you.
Though, of course, the greatest reward is knowing you've contributed to a breakthrough that could change Avalon. Speaking of which, would you like to contribute? A little bit more? You've proven yourself capable and resilient, which makes you an ideal candidate for something far more valuable than mere coin. The snail slime you brought me needs to be tested in conjunction with my formula, a distillation of Dalriata essence I've been perfecting. Simply stand against that wall there. One small injection, and you could become stronger, faster, maybe even resistant to the weirdness itself. Others might balk at such an opportunity, But I suspect you possess the vision to recognize greatness when it's offered. Now, shall we proceed with making history? Ah, how predictable. The truly visionary are always dismissed by those who lack imagination or courage. When the weirdness consumes Avalon, remember this moment. When you chose fear over evolution, mediocrity over perfection. Perhaps I overestimated you. No matter. There will be others who recognize the necessity of my work. Here, take it and go. And mark my words, finally, someone who understands the gravity of our situation and the necessity of my work.
I'm listening. So, it was one of the Stagfather's chosen ones. Slaughtering most of our village wasn't enough. He had to butcher the animals too. Scum. I'll toss his head out to rot. Let the worms feed on it. At least he'll be useful to the land. Here. You've done a good thing. It shouldn't go unrewarded. Don't get lost out there. If you need... What?
Step closer. I won't bite.
Given how much you've helped us, I think it's time for you to meet Heled. There's no point in explaining too much now. You'll see soon enough. Just know Heled embodies everything the Guild stands for. That's all.
Step closer. So, you're a real wanderer then. And here I thought this was your first time in the Forlorn Swords. You've seen a thing or two, and you've met Garth. That means you've crossed paths with a piece of our history. That man and the capital, they're both relics, if you know what I mean. How's the old wolf doing? No, don't tell me. I'll find out for myself sooner or later. I'm not dead yet. I just need a moment. Oi, you, stranger. Got a minute or not? Step closer. I won't bite. Come here.
It's good to finally meet you. Alma and Tyrannus have sent me reports about your progress. Thank you for dealing with the troublemakers in our guild, though I wish your introduction to us had been under better circumstances. I'm surprised you've even heard of that term. The Druids have always been very thorough in preventing our existence. Now that they're gone, I assumed that knowledge was lost. But yes, I am the head of the guild. And don't worry, I'm perfectly fine like this. Knowing what I might become, Dryads have always been a particular interest of mine. The curse couldn't have chosen better. Yes, a very old, very persistent one, born of something abhorrent, I believe. It's carried and sustained across the land by the weirdness. I doubt we'll ever trace its origins. I've spent most of my life researching its possible causes, and this is the only explanation that fits, despite what some druids might have thought about the so-called feminine weaknesses they harped on about. The guild was founded long before I became a dryad. Trust me, I spent my entire career preparing for this eventuality. I built this place, gathered like-minded people, and only then entered the ritual circle. Becoming bound to this place wasn't a problem. It was an opportunity. For further research, of course. I'm not sure how much you know about dryads, but we are as bound to a place as it is bound to us. I perceive things differently now, in ways I never could when I was flesh and blood. My connection to nature is far deeper than any druid could dream of. We are surrounded by boundless energies, and I feel their currents flowing through every creature, every plant around me. It's made me realize how much there is still to discover, and how uniquely positioned I am for the exploration. Well, my form might be surprising. After all, if you ask any druid, a dryad is a failure. But to me, it's a step in the right direction. You see, a dryad forms when a female druid is unable to complete her rite of passage. Sadly, it happens more often than not. But this has always been a personal fascination of mine, so I came prepared. I was fairly certain, yes. This curse, for I do believe it's an ancient curse on the land, is nearly impossible to avoid. There have been rare cases where a Ban Druid was born instead of a Dryad, but those are exceptionally uncommon. It's better to prepare for the most likely outcome than gamble on the rarest one, isn't it? I decided not to see being bound to this place as a burden, but as an opportunity. It's not that bad. You were unfortunate enough to witness us at our worst, that's true. But such cases are rare, and we deal with them swiftly. Our goal is noble, but it can sometimes attract questionable individuals. Extracting and manipulating the spark of life sounds lofty and almost godlike. Some people take it to heart. A little too much. Ah, I'm glad you asked. You've arrived just in time to witness our crowning achievement. You see, the propaganda about druids using human sacrifices in their rituals was not entirely unfounded. It wasn't something they did constantly, but it did happen on occasion, and the results were incredibly powerful. It allowed them to manipulate the weirdness in ways that were previously impossible. The force of creation, combined with the pure potential of the weirdness, created limitless possibilities. But the cost was too great for anyone with even the most basic of morals. Yes, I don't believe in necessary evils, or that the ends justify the means. We desperately need a breakthrough in mastering the weirdness. but I vowed to find a different way. A better way. Being what I am has given me a unique ability to peer into the very energies that drive us, and what I uncovered is this. Human life is simply a form of energy. It is unique to us, and as I said, extremely potent. But it is still just energy. That means there must be a way to replace it with a more humane substitute. Why? It doesn't take anything away from your humanity. Your life force may drive you, but it doesn't compel you to do anything. Except survive, I suppose. It's a spark that makes you who you are. But what you do with it is entirely your choice. I believe so. In fact, that's one of the reasons I asked you here. After all the trouble we've put you through as a new member, I feel you've earned the privilege of seeing the fruits of our labor. Go on, take a look. It's just behind these doors. And what do you think? Impressive, isn't it? We don't. Every component was obtained in strict accordance with the Guild's Code of Conduct. Using the power granted by my unique condition and the weirdness, I created a life force entirely of my own design. Completely artificial. I infused that life into the creature. And now, here it is. Our very own living construct. Don't be vulgar. Of course not. Necromancers don't create anything. They merely toy with residual energies lingering in the dead. I didn't raise something that was once alive. I created life itself, from nothing. That's the interesting part. It actually does. Perhaps our form defines us more than we realize. Not the details, though. It doesn't even have all the usual organs. Just a heart, a brain, lungs, and a liver. The liver was crucial for some reason. How so? Of course not. It only resembles one. My skin is covered in bark, and I can exist bound only to one place. But that doesn't mean I'm a tree, does it? I was hoping for a little bit more enthusiasm, but I guess interesting will have to suffice. I've been considering conducting the ultimate test. I've discovered that a dryad can be freed from the place she's bound to by completing the ritual with a human sacrifice. Obviously that was never an option. But now I have access to energy that should be equivalent. If it frees me, it will mean we've succeeded. The energy has to be released, yes. But it's not truly alive like you or me. So perhaps destroy is a better term. You have been vital in ensuring our guild runs smoothly once again. So I thought that perhaps you would like to do the honors. Oh, I could, of course. But wouldn't it be fitting for your official admission to the guild to be marked by something so monumental? You've seen this guild at its lowest. But this is what we've been working toward. What I'm offering you is an honor, one I believe you've earned. How dare you! I don't use their barbaric methods. Don't tell me you look at that thing in the other room and see the girl Calum lured into his house, or the people Phaedros turned into weird beasts with fey magic. I haven't lied to anyone. I haven't abducted anyone. I created a new life, a life that is nothing but energy to be used. It doesn't feel... Because I created it. Do you truly think I don't know what I'm doing? That I held an entirely new life in my hands and was reckless with it? I am. As sure as I can be that the creature is merely a shell holding vital energy. Why do you? Any animated skeleton, any undead was once human. If the tales are to be believed, Grindelows used to be children at some point. Do you fight as... And the creature you're defending so fervently never had it in the first place. It's a construct, a thing. It seems alive, but that's all there is to it. An illusion. But I suppose it's a fallacy of our species to ascribe humanity to anything even vaguely human-shaped. As entertaining as this is, I see no point in continuing the discussion. Will you end the creature, or shall I do it myself? Splendid. I knew you'd see reason. The chamber is ready for the ritual. You may proceed whenever you're ready. It worked. I'm free. And the power coursing through me is truly astonishing. I was right. All these years of searching have finally yielded the results I hoped for. No, of course not. It only means that its life energy was equivalent to that of a human. It worked exactly as it was supposed to. You can stop worrying now. This truly is the beginning of a new era. Not only for us, but for all of Avalon. Now, I welcome you to the Guild as our newest member. Our doors will always be open to you, but I believe you have your own path to follow. Just be mindful that from now on, you are part of something greater. Whatever decisions you make, do not forget what it means to be an alchemist.